if you're struggling with mental health in America, it's a really bad situation, right? Our country doesn't really aid in like anybody really struggling with mental health, and it's crazy because it gives you a lot of reasons why your mental health is actually unstable. But it's a very gritty, capitalistic, if you don't really have money, if you like, there's no community, right? It's socialized. We're socialized to be very individualistic here. That's why you're hearing the word community, 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 because people are craving community, right? So yeah, it's a country that really is for the rich. It's for rich people, like in American society. And that's why everybody comes here, or at least people who see America on the TV screen, right? And they automatically want to adopt some form of white supremacy, right, to be rich and to have power and to have the sort of material comforts that this country affords us, right? But it's not at all a country for average everyday citizens who are not really on this, train to be a millionaire, right? And this is why you have so many people who are constantly being exploited, right? Because to make it in this country, you need to be rich. You know what I mean? You can't just live a comfortable, be a doctor, right? We give our doctors a lot of debt. You know what I mean? We put our doctors in situations to where they have to choose between your life and insurance. Like, it's a very gritty, nasty, you know what I mean? And so I think we start talking about mental health. It's really unfortunate if individuals are struggling with mental health, because we don't have any type of system or any type of structure for that. There are no institutions where you can go and be housed and be, in community, or at least caretake, have a caretaker who's a licensed professional. No, you are pretty much given pills. Once you get out of the hospital, you're giving pills and you're told, go in the street, go in the world, figure it out, go get a job. So we really live in this, really, really gritty country where it's like, it's money, it's work, and that's it. And if you can't get money and you can't work, you're going to suffer like really bad here. So it's really unfortunate. But yeah, I think the reason why, or I'm not going to say the reason why, because that's way too general for, what we're seeing, or at least the few situations that we've seen here recently. But I do think that, people who are struggling with mental health, it's really unfortunate because they don't have the resources, they don't have the support, and they likely don't have the time to really sit in, in therapy and all the things, right? This is why I always encourage people, if you're not going to go directly to therapy, start reading self-help books. The more insight you have in regards to yourself, the better your therapeutic experience is going to be, and the less expensive it's going to be. So if you don't read self-help, if you don't journal, you don't have any type of self-awareness, you're going to be in therapy for a very long time. It's going to be very expensive, and you're likely not going to get the treatment you need to really better your mental health.